What is up? It is Dan McDonald, and it's true, I've gotten a million texts and stuff. Is the channel really back? Yes, the Life Regenerator channel is back. I'm still in shock myself. It's been like 4 or 5 days. I did do a video over there, and I haven't had 3,000 views in about 3 years since they took that channel away. I used to get 5, 10, 15, 20,000 views per video, so I got really spoiled. And then when they pulled my ripcord, I've been just on the grind ever since. I'm just having a little snack, and what I've done over the years anyways, to make it more comfortable for myself and more real, is I just kind of do make videos of whatever I'm doing. You know, I don't normally go out of my way to go buy a bunch of produce or anything to make special videos or special recipes. I just do what I do, and it's strange, I know, but I do pretty much live on liquids. You know, I've got the green juice here. This is cucumber, cilantro, lime, and coconut. And then I've got the watermelon and the lemon. That's the alkalinizer. This one is just pure grapefruit. And then this one here, which is the same as on the table, is orange and tangelo. And all I've got in here is, all I have is watermelons, cucumbers, lemons. And that's it. A strange life, I know, but it's just what I do, you know. And now I'm about to have my little cleanse snack here, which, you know, I do periodically, once or twice a week. I do a blaster. Everyone wants to know, you know, I get a million questions, you know, and it's like, the reason why I use the cleanse first thing in the morning. This was the question. Because the cleanse is the binder. The people that do detox and stuff, they all use a binder, because you're trying to, you know, you have to have a combination of certain things, many of which are unmentionable. And that's the thing that people don't understand. Unless you're an influencer on social media and you've had all the emails from Google, and you've had all the emails from Meta, and you've had all the emails from Instagram telling you you can't talk about this, and been demonetized and deplatformed for talking about things. So you guys think that I just have this one-dimensional program, but I'm actually way out there in my real thoughts, but I'm not allowed to share them, that's all. So this became a small little myopic thing where I was simply using the Pyridine, you know. And what's crazy, this is what you may or may not know. You think all you do is care about money and all you do is sell stuff, but here's the thing. I'll tell you one thing, after thousands of these videos that I've made, they've never demonetized or taken down not one single one of my Pyridine videos. Now, I don't know exactly why that is, but there's something about the marketing aspect of it that works with the AI algorithms. Now, if I start talking about these other keywords, many of which are subjects that I'm fascinated with, still blown away that society, it still hasn't caught on, but there's nothing I can do. And I think to myself, well, if people don't have it by now, they're never going to get it. Now, they've done a great job at brainwashing everyone. They've done a great job at suppressing the information, suppressing free speech. They've done a great job, you know, at maintaining the status quo, or just keeping everyone right where they want them, and unable to break out of those boxes and understand some of the more ancient technologies. And we're living in a modern time, and then we see the deviations from the natural path, which of course, I mean, the juicer's not natural, except the fact that your whole body is a juicer. So that's an interesting concept, isn't it? Because all the fibers just poop. It's really just the juice. So in a strange way, you're using technology to concentrate the nutrition and absorb it so readily, because of 97% of the food being villi blocking, sludge causing foods, that at least with the juices, even if the villi are laid out, which is what the cleanse and the enzymes are for, when they're laid out in the mucus, at least the juices actually even get in there and start to soften through the villi, the mucus. And then some of those can come loose and actually absorb some of the nutrition from the juice. So when you drink a juice, you actually get more nutrition if you're a modern day human who's been eating the processed cooked food with the grease that lays out, the carbs that lay it out. Now, if you are a fruitarian and you only eat watermelon, then the villi are going to be open. And that's why you want to, do those periodic cleanses. Other people, like your friend Dan McDonald, the Life Regenerator, he's got to be on a lifetime cleanse, awakening, purification, regeneration, praying to God for grace and help, because that's what he has to do. Where other people, they've found their place. They've found their sweet spot. I haven't found that yet. I'm still seeking, almost desperately, Today was the day where I've just been sort of, I have a picture of Jesus, and I have a picture of Ramana Maharshi, and today was just the day that, I don't even want to say that Charlie Kirk re-inspired my relationship with Jesus, because my relationship with Jesus never went anywhere, but I was never mental about it. It was never intellectual, like my Jesus is better than your Jesus, or my Jesus is going to burn you in hell because, you didn't wash your feet sandals on a Tuesday at 3:45, all the concepts, and then they forget the light of Jesus, and they just get into the rules of Jesus, the beliefs of Jesus, the concepts of Jesus. My Jesus is better than your Jesus. My religion, my concepts, my thoughts, my prison bars are better than your prison bars. So you might not like me, and that's okay. A lot of people don't like me. They have made that very clear the last several days, and I am 100% okay with that. I have nothing but love for all of those people, and I mean that, They help me to point out how unreal all of this is, that I'm just playing a character, and there's no way that anyone believes that any of the people online are doing anything other than that. Never be, fall for that. It's for most people online, it's either a job or it's an ego trip, and it's an addiction. Trust me. It's an addiction, and it messes me up, and then I got to take breaks. But I'm also very grateful for, basically the paradigm is the only thing that was left. I may be able to work my way back with this new channel. I don't know, to a place where I can do it more professionally. I don't have any skills, as far as the internet stuff, the editing, the marketing, the CEO, the SEO, search engine optimization, tags, titles, drama. I'm just a normal, boring dude who didn't do anything today except went to the beach and laid there naked, And I found a towel that was brand new, and I know you've got to check them for poop, okay? But it smelled brand new, clean, and it was just laying there at the beach. I got a towel, and I found a tent way off the trail, on the trail where nobody else goes. I was the only one there. I never saw one other single human being today. And those are the things that I like to do. And then I was just praying, for help to find my purpose. Okay, I hate to even admit that because I don't want to weaken this covenant with God. Please help me find a purpose. It's so empty. And I know I've heard it a million times. You think that just because I've made videos for 17 years, that's my purpose, but it's not. Food is only so limited. Now, I found out a lot of great stuff, and the people don't like that either, but that's fine. They're still not really that healthy. It's all the hybridized crap, and they don't use enzymes, and they don't like to do the water-only programs. You can't use those certain words. That's what they told me. When you run fast and you're going very fast, and then you want to do some ing, you can't do that. You can't say that word anymore because it's an eating disorder. And maybe I do have an eating disorder as far as But my eating disorder was always way too much, and now I've got it under control after so many years. I'm finally getting control of my appetite, you know, because I'm doing a million other things, you know, that are helping me a lot, you know. But what I try to do, that was a double dose. I should probably do a triple. I'm going to do a triple doser just because it's been a while. And then you just clean it out. And that's the reason why I use the cleanse in the morning, because you use the herbal blood to kill the parasites and the eggs. And you use the enzymes to break up the biofilm sludge, because all the reason why it's in there is, number one, all the cooked, you coagulate all the enzymes and you destroy them, so there's all that coagulation and it leaves those layers because those molecules are too large for the body to absorb and utilize. And so you've got this rubbery, waxy, you know, just slime, sludge, plastic, and then it gets hardened after a while and starts to dehydrate. So that's why the hydration works, the enzymes work, and I've seen it all. People like literally make videos, Dan McDonald is a piece of crap because I live off hybridized trash from Costco. Well, that's fine, you know? I eat wild foods, you know what I'm saying? These oranges and tangelos are wild, and the coconuts are wild, and so wild, fresh food. But I don't mean to even get petty about that, because those are the people that, they don't need me. The raw vegans, they don't need me. None of the people that call me for consults are raw vegans. I'm trying to work with normal people, you know? So if you're perfect, then obviously you don't need me, because I'm not perfect. I'm still on my grind. I'm on my physical grind, trying to regenerate my brain from a lifetime of all kinds of things, you know, that happened. And then I used all kinds of things to manage my own symptoms. And then I found out about the things that I'm not allowed to talk about, and raw foods, which you can still mention that, you know, and I've been on that track ever since. And I haven't found the holy grail yet like all these other people have. But I look at them and I see their content, and I don't think that they've reached the pinnacle yet. But I think that they found it. So once you think you found it, you just level off and you think your programs and your thought process and your concepts, and I don't need to shove my concepts down your throat. I just want to keep my small and large intestine clean, and that's what I do. And you can't clean the small intestine like you can with a colonic, which I've seen, because I've done it and I've seen it. I've seen people's whole entire everything change from colonics, from cleaning out their large intestine. Now, imagine cleaning out your small intestine as well, which also has a lot of waste matter sitting on it, irritating the nerves that are connected to that, because the colon, the small intestine, there's all these nerves that connect to the main nerves that go up to the brain. And so when all this crap is irritated and there's lumps and bumps and glumps and slumps, and it's just plump and it's just hanging over, you know, it's cool to have a nice flat stomach where everything is in shape, where the small intestine is in really good shape and it's nice and clear through there, instead of all this distension and all these weird stuff, and people got to walk around and they have to be addicted to drugs and stuff like that just to get through the day. And there's always that irritation, and I try to help my friends that they're just grumpy and irritated because it's so messed up in there. But the only way to get to the small intestine is with the herbs, is from the top side. And that's why the probiotics, enzymes, cleanse, herbal blood, that's what works really well. Because interestingly enough, you can get to the descending colon, you can get to the transverse colon. It can be difficult to get to the ascending colon unless you're a real expert. And most experts that I've dealt with over the colonics, they're not experts enough to understand what it takes actually to get the water over to the ascending colon and work the cecum as well, so that you can clear that blockages. So the small intestine and then the ascending colon, But the water gets over to the transverse, and most people don't even use colonics, and they're supposed to be health experts. And they don't even use the water-only programs either, and they're supposed to be health experts. All I'm simply trying to say, though, to defend my position, is that use the tools that God gave us. Yes, the juicer's not natural, and all this other stuff, but neither is anything else that we do when we go to the store, when we go to the restaurants, when we drink the fluoridated water, when we go to the pediatrician, and we go to the doctor, and we go to the hospital, and we go to work, and we go into these offices with recycled air, and we never walk on the barefoot on the earth. We never take our clothes off in the sun. And we eat plastic, rubberized, denatured food full of enzyme inhibitors that keep it from going bad on the shelf. And then those are sitting in your body, blocking your enzyme potential. That's all I'm saying. Whatever you got to do, if you don't like my approach, find someone else that has an approach, but at least get all the enzyme inhibitors out of your body. And that'll take a long time, of course, through the various processes, which I'm not allowed to talk about. But if you get into it and you remove all enzyme inhibiting foods, which are the shelf stable foods, find stuff that goes rotten and eat that. It's like if it doesn't go bad, you don't want to eat it, because that means it won't process. There's no enzyme potential. It's dead. It's just sitting there, you know? Enzyme-rich foods, pineapples, papayas, avocados, bananas, etc. Living foods. You know, I know I'm on the fringe of just eating natural food, like the star fruit right there in the tree. That's food to me. That's living food, star fruit, living water, you know? That's what I like, you know? And I like to take the star fruits and juice them, and then put the star fruit juice in coconut water, and the coconut water makes everything just amazing. So I've just seen kind of the negativity, and I apologize for getting defensive. I'm not really. I use the drama on the social media to keep the thing going, because I gotta be honest with you, I don't have anything to say except God bless you. May you be filled with abundance. May you have overwhelming and ecstatic health. May you have thriving relationships on every level, with your dog, with your chicken, with your kids, with your husband. May you be happy. That's all I wish. I don't need you to believe in my diet. I don't need you to believe in God. I don't need you to believe in the light of Jesus. Maybe you believe in the rules of Jesus. That's the difference between me and most Christians. I just don't believe in the rules of Jesus. I only believe in the love and the light of Jesus, which has protected me ever since I was 4 years old in this life. And how far I go back with the light of Jesus in so many other lifetimes, I don't know, but it's been many. I'll tell you that. And so it doesn't have to be this big heady thing where I'm arguing with people down the street or trying to cram Jesus down their throat because they go from heroin, alcohol, cocaine over to Jesus. Now Jesus is their drug, and they got to cram it down your throat. And they're talking about like, well, Jesus was born at 1245, and if you don't believe that, then you're going to go to hell. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? You got to get the essence of love. And that's it. And it isn't even that. I mean, that is already what you already are. So all these words and stuff, it sounds like a crazy man, but it's like if you make money from the Google AdSense by saying the words, you're going to piss everyone off because they're going to be like, that's dualistic, Dan McDonald. I'm like, no kidding. But if I sat there on my meditation cushion and didn't say anything, there won't be very many video views. You know what I'm saying? And then I'll have to get rid of this roof over my head. That's where I put the meditation cushion. And I'm fine. Then I'll be out in the woods meditating, and you'll never hear from me again. And I'm totally fine with that too. Whatever God wants to do, I'm okay with. I don't mean to be a dramatic little bitch, and I'm going to stop swearing too, so pardon my language, Mr. McDonald. I'm trying to be a good little boy for Google and stay in the community guidelines, and I don't want to make anyone mad because everyone's offended, but I've never been offended in my life. I don't even know what it's like. I've never been offended, so I have no idea what that's like. Because no one can offend me. If I chose to, I don't even still think even if I chose to be offended, I still don't think I could do it. I just don't think I can do it. I just don't think I can be offended. I think I'm too smart for that. It's like, who cares? You know, I don't even care what I think. That's the thing. Isn't that crazy? And people don't understand. I know I'm going to another thing. I wish I could explain, but I can't. It's a mystery. It's a mystery what is happening for many, many years to Dan McDonald, okay? They don't have a book for this. There's no book for this. I mean, I get the general essence that there are some things that are inexplicable, and you got to just keep on going anyways, even though you don't understand what's going on with the system. And not the physical system or even the mental system or the emotional system, but really the soul system, you know? Like, what is this soul trying to do and say? And I'm the one that's responsible for not being able to just, you know, feel and hear and sense what it's trying to do. Because I've been, you know, social media and all this other stuff. And I thought once that my kids were, you know, once I was done with all raising my kids and the child support, that I would be able to get on this path. But then I'm addicted to social media too, because if I do that, then there's money to pay the bills, which, you know, the bills are mostly to be able to do the social media. So I'm caught, just like all of us, kind of in a way. We're all caught between, like, you know, like if you go to work, you gotta have a car, well then you gotta have insurance, you gotta have a job. So then you're in this thing and you're like, well, if I just went and sat in the woods somewhere, you know, and drank the water and ate the dandelion greens, I wouldn't even need to be on this crazy treadmill, which is like, you know, you need the job so you can get the car, so you can get the car, so you can get to the job, so that you can get the insurance, then you gotta get the phone, and you're trapped in this whole matrix, you know? And we all have decisions to make. These are just decisions that I make. These are all the decisions that I made to work for Paradigm, to join that company at the very beginning. I'm the #1 salesman, you know, and it's absolutely epic. It's the company, the integrity, the quality of the products, the usefulness of it, not for the people that don't need it. And there are so many of those people that have the Holy Grail and have figured this all out. And personally, I'm not all that inspired by any of them, their energy and stuff. I'm inspired by other people, and they do use some supplementation and all kinds of other stuff to help their clients at the highest levels, far beyond our pay grade here on social media. They don't even do social media. They just go straight to the big shots, the Hollywood stars, the mega multis. And they help them with all kinds of different supplements and herbs and essential oils and programs and protocols. And I get to learn directly from them anytime that I want, because they're my very close friends. And those are the people that inspire me, that are willing to do whatever it takes to help those people instead of being committed to a concept. And I like that versatility, which I've had to learn how to tap into. You'd be surprised at some of the things I've had to learn over the years to help my consulting clients, you know? And it's made me a lot better, more understanding human who's also more versatile, you know? So anyhow, I just went off and on, and you got to drink this stuff, otherwise it congeals. And this is the binder after the herbal blood kills everything. And, you know, so first the enzymes break down the crap. Then that allows the wormwood and the black walnut hull to reach the surface areas where those parasites are creating those cravings, living inside the biofilms, including the candida. Weakening, you know? And then you take the probiotics and re-inoculate, which just strengthens the whole microbiome and gives diversity and strength to, it's like, you could, all the criminals from all the fake stuff, but then you put the probiotics, and that's like sending in the police. It's like sending in ICE. That's a bad example because everyone's got their panties in a wad, but I'm a law and order guy myself, so if you got to unsubscribe to that. I think we should not have women getting raped. I think we should not be killing each other in the streets. I think we should not be robbing each other. I'd prefer not to have my car robbed twice in Oakland and have all my shit stolen. Excuse my language again. I'm going to work on that, I promise you, so I don't scare your grandma away when you're trying to show her these videos. Someone said that my mom was here, and then you got into she started swearing, and then she freaked out. So then I was like, okay, I got to get right with the Lord Jesus, because Jesus wouldn't want me to swear, because you got to take Jesus, you got to take the trailer park out of him. You can take the boy out of the trailer park, But only Jesus can take the trailer park out of the boy. By just trying to do a better job, by being professional. You know, maybe I should get a shirt, but it's way too hot. I didn't even have a shirt on. I put it on for the video. It's just way too hot. You know, and they're like, you get your wife beater, you loser. And I'm like, man, I've been wearing this thing. I ain't gonna change for you, fool. If it was up to me, I'd be naked all the time, even on these videos right now, because that's what's more comfortable. Okay, and there's a reason for that, because I'm smart and intuitive and tapped in. And I'm like, why are you wearing clothes all the time? And you know, your skin can't breathe, right? You're filling your body with toxins because your skin can't breathe. You know what I'm saying? And they're like, well, I can just spray this, my skin, my back, my cock and balls and ass crack, where they're spraying all this stuff all over themselves. It's like you're watching those videos and you'll be like spraying chemicals all over your sack. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know what that's gonna do? Doot, 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 doot. That's gonna take you from walnuts to raisins to currants, okay? So you don't be my legs, my back, my cock and balls and ass crack, you know, spraying all the Dove body spray and all this stuff. Come on, man. Come on, baby. We gotta protect the jewels, baby. We gotta protect. Ain't nobody gonna spray me with nothing. I'm done with this business. I'm tired. I'm tired. No, I'm not tired. I feel great. I'm just trying to find the real truth, you know? Everyone's already found it except me. I'm the only one. I don't even want to be a seeker. I want to be there. Like all these other people that have found, they embody, at least in their own egoic mind, that they have found the holy grail of concepts that they want to live by and cram down everyone else's throats. And I'm just still more of someone who's like, there must be more, you know? There must be more realization, you know, and epiphany and evolution and elevation on the mountain, you know, and even more ease and zero doubt and zero fear and zero anxiety. You know what I mean? This stuff congeals if you don't slam it. If I put this in the fridge, it would be Jello in the morning. That's the psyllium husk. That's the gel that pulls that's the binder. And the psyllium husk has the gelatin, but it also has the fibers. See what I'm saying? So that's why I use the cleanse in the morning, because the herbal blood will be working during the day and during the night. And the enzymes, they be working during the day and the night in your small and large intestine and get into your bloodstream. And they work all night. The probiotics, they work all night. You take that last. Then, after all that work's been done, everything's been broken down, regenerated, re-inoculated, re-infused with great power, great rocket fuel for the microorganisms that you're starting to feel better. Your brain is starting to have some of the, you know, enzymes that are going to start to activate your brain function, because once you are so low in enzymes, nothing works. I need some coffee. I have no energy. Because it's just, you're so bogged down with the food, man, that is not alive. It's heavy, you know? And when you start breaking that down and getting that out of the way, you start absorbing more, you start trying to eat more live foods, and the juices is amazing. Especially, that's why the protocol works. Because you're taking herbs, enzymes, and juice, and you're bringing yourself back to life. And I don't feel bad about that, because it protects me from Google, Facebook, and Instagram. I get to make money. I have a sponsor for this show. And then you can learn, hey, go get a colonic. And all you had to do was listen to me talk about whatever. And if you actually go get a colonic, or 2 or 3 or 10, because I've seen the miracle. I never listen to anybody who says don't do colonics. I have seen it time again, over and over. People with headaches for 2 years, 1 colonic later, bam, headache is gone after a 2-year headache. I've seen people just years of stagnant emotions wash out of their butt while I'm taking them on a retreat. So I'm holding space for their lifetime of crying about all the boyfriends and all the goddamn stuff, you know, that are just now it's all being pooped out of their butt. But that's only the large intestine. Now get all the emotions and the memories and the stagnation out of the small intestine, and that's what this is for. So I don't care what the perfect people say. The rest of us are just mere mortals living in clown world, but it's actually beautiful. So many people are like, oh, the world is dark. It is not. That is their own unresolved crap. The light is here. It is now. Divinity, God, truth, light, love, peace, bliss, joy, fulfillment, happiness, energy, consciousness. It is all here right now. No one gets in the way of that realization except my own self. I'm responsible. If I don't see the beauty of this world, that's on me. That's my mind, my heart, and my colon. And I can't blame anyone else. I can't blame the Democrats. I can't blame the Republicans. I can't blame the white people. I can't blame the black people. I can't blame the Indians. I can't blame Columbus. I can't blame the communists. I can't blame the fascists. I can't blame anyone. I have to take responsibility for the fact that I'm still holding on to anything that is in the way of the realization of the light that's already there, the perfection, the joy. And no one can clean you up except yourself. The government can't do it, your grandma can't do it, your partner can't do it, your kids can't do it. Only you, day in and day out. And no one is their own worst enemy than me. And every day I try to make a little progress if I can. Some days I do, some days I don't. But because I've been 2 steps forward, 1 step back, I'm able to get to a place where I'm sober. I don't do frivolous sexual things. It's a kind of a private thing, and the people who argue with me and stuff. I mean, women are beautiful, okay? That's all I know. And that's a whole big long story I was just thinking about today too. That's a hard one to let go of, you know, the desire for a mate, okay? And it isn't wrong. It's just that you gotta let God bring you the right mate. You can't go out and think, well, he's got a nice butt, that'll work for me, you know, because that's how this dumb man brain works. Hey, man, you're good to me. What are the guys like? What are you looking for in a woman? Well, you know, boom, 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 you know, hey. Anything about personality or anything? Well, you know, it's a good set of personalities, nice ass, you know. I mean, so the man brain, and you're like, I hate you, Dan McDonald. How dare you be honest with us about how the man brain works? But the dudes know what I'm talking about. They're like, shaking, shakao, shakang, you know, you're just like, bing, you know, and there's nothing you can do about it. I mean, there is, but you gotta be like, see no evil. You gotta be walking around the streets like this. No. There's some good guys out there. I'm just not one of them. My friends say you're girl crazy, but that they still love me though, you know. So, anyways, I make these videos and I just keep rambling on about a whole lot. I kind of like it. Minty fresh. I mean, it's minty fresh. Binder. Psyllium, peppermint, hibiscus, anti-inflammatory. I mean, it's smart stuff. So when all those people are on there with their hogwash, I really don't care. They're missing out, man. God gave us a great many options, and you should learn to use them all to maximize your potential, you know? And I have my little trip because I know that people need a structure. And they need the herbs and the enzymes to help them. And once you get to that super high vibration, totally raw food level, mucusless mastery, then of course you don't need any of that. But I'm working with mere mortals every day, and it's an honor and a privilege to do so. So I hope that you have an epic day. This was way longer than I wanted it to be, man. But guess what? Every damn video is, because once I get into it, I want to hear myself talk because I'm so smart. Oh my God. And everyone else is losers. I'm on a higher vibration and you're dense low level. I'm so good. No. Welcome to Facebook. Anyways, I hope I can be humble and make this kind of fun and entertaining. And I'm just doing the best I can with what I got, and honestly, I'm a little lost, and I'm praying to God, like, show me. 17 years I've been making videos every day, but it's not my purpose, and I don't know what it is. So hopefully someday I find some meaning in this life. Until then, I'll just continue to be a little robot, just to pay the matrix, and that's what this is. And so if anyone judges me, it's like, well, I don't know where you get your money tree, and you just pull money off a tree and you don't have to work. I don't know. I don't know where those people get their money from. I've always worked. That's all I've ever done since I was 8 years old. My dad was like, get a job. And I didn't even know what a job was. I asked around, what's a job? He said, you do something and you get money for it. So then I started doing stuff and getting money for it. Emptying trash cans, rubbing people's backs, washing dishes. And then it went up from there, mowing lawns and emptying trash cans and all kinds of stuff, babysitting kids, whatever I had to do to get that candy money. Candy money, candy money. Yeah, then I became a real businessman, because I was like, I would go take one trash, then I would empty it, then I would get my quarter, then I would go across the street and I would buy some bit of honey, remember those, or some other little candy that I wanted. Then I thought, wait a minute, bro. If you just empty all the trash cans at one time, then you'll have like $2, $3. Then you can go over to the store and you can get the mother load instead of going back and forth. Then I was like, I was killing it, man. I was like, I have good old candy. Woo! I was a smart kid, man. I'm still pretty smart, I'm just doing the best I can with what God's given me, and that's all I can do. And I really do hope the best for everybody, every human being. I have nothing against anyone. There's no one I hate. There's no one I dislike. I don't have any complaints about this world or this life, because I'm the one. Like, I'm just trying to get it. And I'm the one. That's just it. No one can, the perfection is there. If I want to have muddy water, that's my choice. I could do drugs and get involved in all kinds of things that just muddy the water, or I can try to just clear my life, clean my floor, clean my friend list, clean my brain up, clean up my heart as much as I can. Just keep on going. That's what life regeneration is. I've done the best I can. I'm no saint. I'm not even very good at it. It's taken me forever even just to get to this point, which is the prerequisite, which is I'm like, okay, now I'm healthy. Now I have moderation in my eating habits. I'm clean, I'm clear, I have energy, I'm grateful, I'm not mad at anyone, I'm not resentful, I don't have any anxiety, there's no fears, not afraid of death. There's no anxieties about the world. Yes, I use the drama of the people. Dan, all you do is sell stuff, or Dan, you're ugly and wrinkly and all that stuff. And I just use that as fuel to make more videos, to make more money, to piss more people off, to get more drama, to keep the cycle going forever. It's not bad, right? I mean, this is just what's happening. The biggest illusion is that there is a doer. It's all autonomous, kids. The universe, God, the divine, it's all autonomous.